everyone. So, I did this to myself. I had posted on Instagram a poll asking you guys what version you wanted to see of this video. So I like to share a couple times a year what makeup products I've been trying that I just didn't really get along with, that I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get rid of, gonna declutter. And most of the time I just sit and show you them and talk about them. But I asked you guys in a poll if you want to see me actually trying them on to really show you maybe why I don't like them. And the majority of you guys said yes, that is the version you wanted to see. So I gave myself more work to do, but honestly, this is the kind of work I like to do anyway, so it's all good. Okay. So we've got our coffee and I've got a pile of makeup that just doesn't do it for me. I'm like grimacing looking at this makeup. I did throw on, this is not a regret, I just threw it on my lips, the e.l.f. Ride or Die Lip Balm in the Grapefruit Goals. This is my favorite one of these. It's really thick, but it feels really good on the lips. So anyway, and it smells like grapefruit. So the first thing, I get nervous to put on every time, which is exactly why it is time to get rid of it. It is the Cosus Tinted Face Oil. Here's the thing, way back in the day, when Tati still posted YouTube videos, I think it was her that showed this and was like pleasantly surprised by how much she liked it. And so I tried it shortly thereafter. And if you see the video where I try it, I think, if I remember right, I did like it. I feel like I have to play such mind games to psych myself up to use this. It's not that it takes 15 minutes longer to like put on my face makeup, but it's just that I'm lazy. And this is a different format than I typically like. And when I can get a similar look with other products that are slightly easier to use in the way I like to apply them, then I'm gonna reach for those every single time over this. And I have drug my feet. Why doesn't that sound right? Anyway, I've been dragging my feet, loophole, and on like getting rid of this or not. And like, I feel like past declutters, I'm like, no, I'll keep it. I'll try it one more time. Well, here this is me trying it one more time. So the idea is that you shake it up and you apply it right away to your face and you rub it in just like that with your hands. And that's what I'm saying. It's not like it's crazy hard to do. And I actually like using my fingers to apply BB creams and stuff. I'd prefer to use a sponge, but there are many times I don't. Here's what I want to show you. I don't feel like it does enough to my skin to make it worth taking the time to put it on. So here's my skin without anything on it other than SPF. Here's my skin with it. Yes, it looks glowier and it looks slightly healthier. I do think it looks pretty. But if you have anything to cover, this is not going to do it. This coverage-wise is similar to the Glossier Skin Tint. Maybe it has a slight bit more coverage because I'm telling you, that stuff has no coverage. This does have a little bit, but it's just not a lot, and it's so wet, like I'm always scared like it drips down my hand. You know what I mean? But it's not terrible. I just don't think the format of it and for what it does for my skin, I don't think it's worth me keeping. As someone that tends to like medium coverage, I have this all over my face, and I think my skin itself looks like glow-wise really pretty, but there's still so much more I want to cover, and that's why I'm getting rid of it. Okay, goodbye, Cosus. I would like to say you treated me well, but you were just fine, but you're not for me. Okay, you're not for me. And it was really expensive. Okay, popping this one in because I'm not going to be putting it on. This is the Pixi Retinol Eye Cream. It made my eyes burn so terribly. Now, I do have a retinol eye cream I love, but it's more expensive. It's from Paula's Choice. It is, if you're gonna, a lot of dermatologists say you don't even really need an eye cream. You can use your moisturizer. I just like putting on eye cream. And the retinol one from Paula's Choice is so good. I will link it below. Like I said, it's expensive, but a little bit goes a long way. It'll last you a while. So if you're gonna be delving into that realm, definitely go for that one. This one, like I said, it made my eyes burn. It ended up adding the peeling. So I don't know like if there's a certain strength or version of retinol that's in this that's different from what's in the Paula's Choice, because this one really, my skin did not agree with. It was just, maybe it was just that. It was too strong for my under eye skin. All right, we have two concealers. Maybe I'll try one on one on the other. So I have the Nudestix Nude Fix Cream Concealer. This was a pretty new purchase for me, like within the past year, maybe even within the past 6 months. And every time I would try it, I'd think, okay, there's no reason I don't like this. You know, it was expensive. It's a good shade for me. I like the format of it. I like the really flat doe foot applicator that's really bendy. but there's something about it, and I almost can't even explain it. I'll just show you, that never quite looks good on my under eye, okay? So I was gonna do the Robert Welsh concealer technique that if you saw my last video, my like beauty hacks that you guys like actually do in your routine now, like once you heard about them. I learned a new concealer technique that is so good, but I wanna show you just with regular like applying your concealer what this ends up looking like, okay? I've played with this where I will like let it sit for a minute or two. I've done it where I just blend it right away like I'm doing now. I've done it with the sponge, with my finger, and it always kind of ends up looking the same way. And hopefully it will show through today when I'm doing this. This brush, by the way, is the Sephora Pro Slanted Buffing Detail number 89. They've redone their brush line. I'll see if I can find this in their new line, because I don't think they changed the brushes themselves. They just changed like the ferrules and stuff like that. But this is really, I have so many concealer brushes. I love you guys. I know, I feel like I'm always recommending concealer brushes, but it's one of my favorite kinds of brushes, just trying different ones. I really hope this is gonna show through. It just ends up giving that those little like dots of pigment that, like I said, no matter how I end up applying it, no matter how long I let it sit, no matter what I have underneath it, like moisture-wise, it always looks the same. And so there are too many other concealers I love. That's just the bottom line. There are too many other ones that are so good that I don't feel like wasting my time with this one. Coverage-wise, I think it's nice. It blended out quickly, but seeing that, I can even see it from like a foot away. It just looks creepy and weird. So that one is finally gonna go. It's finally gonna go. I'm gonna be honest. I put this in my little regrets bin a while ago, and I don't even really remember what it was about it, but I must have not liked it enough to like that abruptly put it in there. So we're gonna see what all the fuss was about. So this is the Essence Camouflage Plus Healthy Glow Concealer. It's got like a doe foot as well. We're just gonna see. This one's definitely a little bit like more moisturizing. It's not quite as, not that the Nudestix one was like dry, but this one definitely looks like it's got a little bit more moisture to it. Well, now I feel like I should use a different brush. Let me clean this brush off so that you can kind of see. What if I end up falling in love with this one? It's pretty oily though. Okay, so now I know. I'm gonna put some on my nose because my nose needs the coverage. A little bit seems to go a long way. Maybe I just applied a little too much. It's almost like a foundation-y texture. Not really, you know what I mean? Like it's really, really emollient and like, but like thin. It's all coming back. I just now remembered. I think this one slipped and slid around. Slipped and slided. What is wrong with me today? Anyway, it was slipping and sliding around. There's my loophole again. And I think that's what it was because it is so, it doesn't look bad. Like upon first applying it, it covered pretty well, especially if you have a drier under eye. Speaking of under eye, like powder concealer, this brush was a disappointment to me. And maybe you guys can teach me what I don't know, but this is the Charlotte Tilbury Powder and Sculpt brush. It is so rough. And here's the problem. I don't know if this is like natural synthetic hair. I am not like a brush connoisseur. I just don't know. I know what I like. I know what feels good on my face. This did not feel good on my face and it shed a lot. And on top of that, I was using this for under eye powder. So I'd be using it right near my eye and it just doesn't feel good. So if you've been eyeing Charlotte Tilbury brushes and thinking, oh, I'm sure they're really nice because they're expensive, this is the only one I've tried, but I do not like it enough to the point where I'm getting rid of it, which makes me sad, but I'm like, why am I keeping it? I don't like using it, and I end up grabbing for a different brush every time. I'm not doing anything tonight. Gigi, my daughter, and I are having like a girls' night at home. I am planning on, it's actually kind of later in the day that I'm filming this, so I don't think I'm gonna do like a full-on makeup look. Like I don't have an eyeshadow I didn't like in this pile, so I don't think I'm gonna like spend the time doing my eyeshadow and stuff because I'm just chilling at home, y'all. Oh wait, I lied. I don't have an eyeshadow palette, but I do have these. So let's at least throw a little bit of this on. These are these color strikes from Maybelline. Here's the thing. I don't think these are like the worst things in the world, but it definitely depends on the colors you get. And I just don't think any of them are like great. So what they are is like, there's like this powder within here and this like spring-loaded thing. So you put it in there and it gets the eyeshadow on this sponge. That's it. It just doesn't work great. So like this shade you could put as an inner corner highlight there. It's okay. It's the shade 30 Spark. Some of the darker ones, this matte one in Flare is okay, but it's not anything that I feel like anyone needs to go run out and buy. It's just kind of It's a cute idea that really in actuality is just not well executed. The other good use other than like inner corner highlight, like putting some on your under eye, like right there, like your lower lash line, that could be really pretty. So, you know, there's things you could do, but I just don't think it's buying. I wouldn't be surprised if this line gets discontinued in the next year or so. All right, this next one, I have been trying to find a really good drugstore tubing mascara. A tubing mascara is a different formula than most mascaras because the formula will coat each lash individually and create like a tube around it. And so all it takes is warm water and it just comes right off. But the best part is tubing mascaras typically, they don't flake, they don't smudge, like they stay in place. I am a big fan of tubing mascaras, but I haven't found one that's less expensive at the drugstore that I think is as good. So a lot of people on the internet recommended the L'Oreal Double Extend Beauty Tubes Mascara. So it's got 2 steps. Put like the white primer, if you will, on. And then you put step 2 on. This is in Blackest Black. Here's my problem with this. This is not like the worst thing in the world. My lashes are slightly curled. They're darker. They're separated, but I'm a volume and this doesn't do it for me. It just doesn't. And so while I do think it's okay, it's just not great. It does not perform the same way like the Hourglass Unlocked mascara does or the Thrive Cosmetics Lash Extensions mascara. Those are 2 really popular ones that I love both of them. And this is nothing like them. I'm just kind of astounded. Like, do you know of any drugstore tubing mascaras that, like, if you've tried the Hourglass or the Thrive Cosmetics ones I just mentioned, if you've tried those, have you tried another drugstore one that even comes close? Now, another mascara that does add the volume, but too much, is one that I bought for my Hilary Duff Vogue video, where I watched Hilary Duff's video she did with Vogue, like getting ready, and she shares like all her favorite makeup and stuff and all her tips and tricks. So I literally bought everything she talked about and we did it in a video and tried it all out. And it was so much fun. I can link it below. I also did one just last week for the Gigi Hadid one. And that one, oh my gosh, she had a lot of drugstore favorites and it was so much fun to try them. Anyway, this is one I bought for the Hilary Duff and I realized shortly after that Grande, this brand, makes 2 different mascaras, I think. And this was the wrong one. This isn't the one she recommended. I just didn't know they made 2. I saw the Grande mascara. I'm like, perfect. Anyway, this is the Grande Drama Intense Thickening Mascara with Castor Oil. Now, Grande is the brand of brow serum I use that is life-changing. So the idea is that this is supposed to have like castor oil in it that's supposed to help with growing your lashes, etc. But it adds spider. And when I say spider, there's got to be a better word for it. Tarantula lashes. They are so clumpy and crazy. It's too much. And like I said, I like volume. This is wild. Like, it's too much. It's too much. So this, it's also quite a bit old too, so it needs to go anyway, but I wanted to bring it up in case you were eyeing it. There is another one that I think, instead of having castor oil, might actually have their lash serum in it. And it's a little bit of a smaller wand and stuff, so I might eventually try that one, but stay away from the Grande Drama. Stay away. All right, this next one is one I recently talked about getting rid of. What video was it? I don't even remember now, but it's the MAC Glow Play Blush in Cheeky Devil. Here's the thing. The MAC Glow Play Blush line, like the shade in So Natural, is one of my favorite blushes of all time. I love the formula because it's creamy, but it's kind of a cream to powder and it's kind of putty-like, and man, I don't know. It's just really good. But this shade does not show up, and I'm gonna prove it to you. So, all right, I dug in and got a little bit there. It's so faint, you guys, and I like a lighter because I do have fair skin. I don't mind something that's slightly less pigmented, especially in blush, because I also tend to get heavy-handed and then have like clown cheeks. So I would prefer that, but this, it's really hard to get this to show up. And then I feel like I'm moving around the makeup underneath it just to get this to apply. And I know that the So Natural one applies beautifully right away. So I just think there's something funky about this blush. You know what I mean? Another disappointment is this lip product. Okay, the product itself is beautiful and there's nothing wrong with it. All right, so this is a personal Jessica thing. Okay, this I bought. It's Fresh Sugar in the City. It's the collab they did with Ingrid Nielsen here on YouTube. I have watched her way back since when she did like beauty videos, like back in her bedroom somewhere. Like I have watched her for years. So I was happy to support her. And really this product is very on brand for her because she's very much like, she always has like glossy or like pretty lips. She's now much more into like low key makeup and stuff. And so this was very on brand for her, but it's a darker, like dark color, but it's in the same formula as like the sugar lip treatment stuff, if you've ever felt that. So I love how like glidey and moisturizing it is, but it is very difficult to get this color to stay in place. And if I'm reaching for a lip treatment like, I mean, lip balm, whatever you want to call this color, I don't want to have to put on a lip liner with it or worry about it. So I'm going to put it on and show you. It's pretty. I think you're going to see what I mean. Okay. It smells so good. I love the smell of Fresh's lip products. I mean, this is a full-on lipstick. So I end up having to like clean up the sides. And I mean, please, if you were trying to wear this with a mask, forget it. But talking about like normal times when you're not wearing a mask, even still, it was just everywhere. And so even though I think the color itself is pretty, I don't know that it's a color I love on me. It's just not the right formula for that shade. That's my opinion because I know what I like. Another one I maybe should try again. Maybe I'll pop a little bit on right now, honestly. This is the Flower Beauty Light Peach Little Corrector. I want to like this. I love correctors. I've been so spoiled because the Bobbi Brown corrector and the Charlotte Tilbury corrector are so good. I use them almost every single day. So in my head, I know what a good concealer corrector type product should look like in a pressed format, or pressed is not the word. This one is just a little bit drier, but it's also just not quite shade-wise, just right for me. And I think they have a couple shades, but it doesn't cover the blueness the way that I need it to. It just doesn't. And I don't feel like it stays in place as well. So I'm really bummed because the packaging's cute. I love this kind of product, but I just think it might be time already, even though that's newer to me because I know what I like and that's not it. Well, did you guys have fun watching me suffer? But you know what? These kinds of videos are weirdly fun for me to do because the reality is I do try a lot of makeup. It's my passion and that has kind of become my job here on YouTube. And because it is something I enjoy, like trying new stuff, there should be products I don't like because if I liked everything, then I'm not really doing my job, if you will, right, because that means I don't have enough of a criteria to judge certain things and say, you know what, that's not right for me, or this is just not a good product or whatever. So I'm weirdly happy that there are products I don't like because that just makes me love the products I do love even harder and I use them even harder. It's kind of the same feeling I get when I hit pan on a product I just love where I'm elated. I'm like, yeah, I love this so much that I am using it up. But then there's also the feeling, especially if it's like an expensive product, that you're like, oh crap, I'm gonna have to buy this again. Oh, and I wanna know, what are the products you don't like? Let me know below so A, we can all avoid them, but also I feel like that's always a fun conversation. People get hilariously mad when you don't like a product they like, but it's all in good fun, right? It should be, guys, chill out. But it's all in good fun. So it's kind of fun to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you don't like that. I actually love that. You know, it is what it is. We're all different. Anyway, I hope that this was helpful to watch, enjoyable to watch, whatever your reason for watching, whether it's for entertainment, to learn something, I don't know. I hope you liked it. And of course, I'd love if you subscribed. I do videos 3 times a week. I'd love to have you subscribe and join us. I do beauty and makeup and drugstore dupes, but I also do vlog style videos here on my channel too. I'd also love to chat with you over on my Instagram. It is @itsjessicabraun, and I will see you guys in my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.